So today we are going over the We're going to continue to go over the Set the Programmer drama. Mainly talk about the 3-hour video that Clyde made on the situation, why I stopped working with Set the Programmer. Now, I thought I'd give a little bit of background before that, just so that we could be aware of what the allegations are, what this video is going to be alleging, along with some other stuff that I thought be prudent to the situation. Now, if you watched from the last Elden Ring video I did with Optimus Wilbur, Xanta, and Vault, you'll remember that we watched the Keemstar show where he basically said he did it. Whilst that's the case, I did want to go over the why I stopped. I did want to go over the video just to make sure I'm covering all loose ends. And I haven't seen it in full. I've seen clips, and I'm reacting to this kind of live. So the goal is going to be to figure out some stuff, but let's start with the allegations. Let's start there because those are going to be important. So Keemstar tweets out, the SethTheProgrammer list of allegations are lying, stealing money, recording friends without permission, sexual harassment, sexual assault, blackmail, doxing, DDoSing, swatting, manipulative behavior, grooming minors, pedo activity, making fans eat poop for mod, racist, homophobic, ableist, and death threats. Now, I'm gonna also give a little bit of pre-context to why I think the video was made, and what all might be in the video. Like I said, I've only seen parts. I've not seen the full thing, but there was a document made back in 2019. This is a backup of this document. As you can see, they've updated it because of the Keemstar show and because of Clyde Noodles and Clyde Noodles, and then the truth about the with Omar, an interview with Omar, which we'll get into in just a second here. So why am I watching this video? Well, if you watch not shot from the point, but now recording, you would know that I was on there and I gave a basic timeline of events that I managed to make and figured out based on the knowledge we know and the knowledge that is shared publicly. So here is that list that I made. It starts in 2019, where we have this Abrams, that's the person who made the document. The SethTheProgrammer Predator Manipulator Google Doc is made. The document alleges that he's a pedophile, groomer, liar, and all-around bad person. That is the first bit of information I have on him. The next thing is going to 2017, where Seth is age 20. Satire situation happens. Satire is a girl, by the way. Nathan, friend of Seth, is involved in the Satire situation. He allegedly liked her at the time and went to the same school she did. Alright? In 2018, the Catherine Kauai situation happens, and this might be a catfish story because they say that it's a guy. This Catherine Kauai person is actually a guy who was pretending to be a girl to try and get in this guy's DMs, Seth's DMs, but it should be noted that the guy was still underage at the time. And then we go back to 2019, where the document is flagged down. It is taken off of Google. And 2020, this is where I don't know what all happens. As you can see, I wrote nothing happens. I'm hoping that maybe this video clears that one up. If anything happened in 2020, I would like to know. 2021, the doc is re-uploaded as a backup since the original was flagged down and taken off by Google. Seth is age 24 at the time. In 2022, Seth age 25. In May, a Patreon goes live for the project known as Naruto vs. Ichigo. From my knowledge of it, this is an animated short film that Seth was going to put on and was paying to get animated. However, in September, the project is canceled. I was going to look into that, but I think it doesn't really matter. It just matters because this is where that allegation of stealing money comes from. So this is where stealing money comes into play. And then in 2023, this is our current year. This is everything up to now except the Keemstar show. I did not include that for a reason. This is a bare bones just explanation of what is going on. So in 2023, he is either 25 or 26 due to us not knowing when his birthday is in terms of month. That is important to note. He may not be 26. He may only be 25. But Clyde puts out a 3-hour-long video, the one we are watching today. Noodles puts out an hour-long video. We may watch that. I don't know. And Clyde also puts out the interview with Omar, a talented animator who was working on the animated short film project Seth wanted to put out and that never came out. So, with all that being said, the first thing I'm going to do is go back to here. And we're going to talk just a little bit. I want to talk just a little bit about the document because I don't really trust this document. I think that it's kind of poorly written. It may be good. It may not be good. I don't know. I really have a hard time trusting it, especially with it's 58 pages and the information in here varies from year to year, and they do not put anything in order. They should have put it in order of year instead of everything else like they did. But basically, whoops, let me turn that off so that it's actually showing the right thing. In 2018, Catherine Kauai, and then it goes into, where is it? Proving Seth's identity. That's an unneeded section, I think. In 2017, satire. Actually, this section was good. I'm not going to lie, this was actually pretty good. And he did admit it, by the way. Moving on. The satire is about the only person I trust right now. I did not hear very good things about this Clyde video going into it. Or before going into it, I should say. So I'm kind of sitting here and I'm going, okay, I'm going to take a look at this because I want to know, I want to be unbiased, and I want to know, was it good? Was it not good? From what I heard, he kind of put a lot of his own personal drama into it, which I think he should have left out. But that's my opinion. The personal drama doesn't really need to be in there. He can do fine on his own. But the satire, I believe her 100%, by the way. If you watch the Keemstar show, you know why. We might go over some of that a little bit later. But her, I believe 100%. And everything else kind of seems like filler. The Nathan section's okay. But I don't know if it's 100% necessary. This was pretty unnecessary in my opinion. Yeah, this was unnecessary. I think they should not have even made this section at all. Mainly because of the age. So they basically tried to reason, oh, we know his age because in 2016 you had to be 18 in order to get monetized. Well, people can lie on the internet. I don't know if Abrams or any of them knew this, but this was a really bad section of just trying to figure out his age. So they thought that he was 18 as of at least 2016. We know that in 2016 he was actually 19, which, in fairness, I guess they kind of got right, but at the same time, it's still pretty bad to try and guess his age and then call him all these things based off of that back in 2019. So yeah, that's just my take on the document. There's more in here, and effectively I'm not going to go through everything that's in there because I don't really think it's needed. We're going to watch the video, which I'm guessing is just going to be a retelling of this document in full, with some extra stuff that happened in between the years of 2019 up to 2023. So without further ado, let's go to here, and it didn't capture right. Of course it didn't. There we go. That's what I wanted. Alright, so I'm going to open now this. Let's see. Will this one work? I think I need to put it up. There we go. Okay, so that's the video in the corner. How loud is this on? Let's turn it down some, since I forgot to do that. Let's turn on the Opera audio. I'm actually going to turn this down below. Alright, so now, without further ado, I'm going to begin the video. I'm also going to actually turn it down on my end. Master volume to 50, just because I want to focus more on the video than the game, but the game is just there so that I know what all is going on. Okay. The voice right now is Seth, clearly, because Clyde is Australian, so we'll hear his voice in just a second here. we have breaking drama that's just come out from Seth. Alright, I'm pulling that up right now. So I'm going to switch to full screen, and we're going to pull up this tweet live. Alright. This is SethTheProgrammer as of today at 1:01, right before my stream went live. Or right before we went, or right as we were going live. I know I haven't made my response video or anything, public messages, but please tell Clyde the following. One of those guys on that stream is currently trying to get into my bank account and PayPal's. You need to disassociate with them properly. This is genuine. I'm saying this because he will probably undoubtedly mess with Clyde next, who he has more opportunity to grab from him. This is not about me. I'm sorry. Okay, so he's actively responding in real time. Hold on, Alright, so I should probably get that off screen because, yeah. This tweet isn't even about me or trying to garner sympathy. I'm warning someone else of something. Yeah, in fairness, these people are pretty brain dead. He actually is trying to reach out to Clyde and make sure that he's not on the wrong end of things. Alright, I'm going to go back to the video now. Back to game. Why is there no fire? Much better. Okay. Already, I'm not really liking how the video is starting. He is definitely just talking about, you know, he should have opened with what this was, because I am severely confused already on what I'm listening to. So that's just a criticism I have. I don't know. Maybe it gets better from here. I'm doubting it, but there's always a chance. These are stream clips, okay. I thought this was a private call. Oh wait, did we got the good spawn.
Oxygen.
Okay, I don't know who's talking, by the way. Silicon rubber, cave sulfur. Okay, I'm gonna enter a call real quick. Hopefully. I'm gonna have to restart Discord. Oh, this is so annoying. Okay, so already I'm kind of confused as to who this person is that's talking. Maybe this was a former co-host of Seth's podcast that I think he has, but I'm not 100% sure. Hey.
Alright, dude. 2 seconds. Turn my music down. How's you?
I'm doing good. I'm streaming, so I was just trying to gain a little bit more knowledge over what the whole Seth situation is.
Well, I don't know if you've seen the tweet he's put out.
I went over it on stream just now, yeah. He does seem pretty genuine in those tweets, so I'll be honest. I wasn't put off by it. It didn't seem like he was going after anyone specifically. It seemed more like he was trying to warn people that something is going on that should not be going on. That was my take from it.
Hey, what I'm getting for a lot of them now, I don't think any of them can be trusted.
Yeah, I'm 100% in agreement on that one.
You know what I mean? Like they're all bad as each other.
Yeah, I think that Clyde made this video because he has ulterior motives. I don't really think that he is all that innocent like everyone wants to sit there and say. I think that he is more or less doing this because someone is kind of in his ear telling him about these things. Because he continued to work with this guy 4 years after the original document is made.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, if you knew all this bad stuff was happening, why did it take you 4 more years to go, oh yeah, this guy was bad news from the beginning? You know, maybe that's not... Maybe I'm just kind of going mad on that one, but... Like, why continue to work with someone you knew was a bad person?
Yeah.
I guess I'll open the... the stream in just a second here and have you watch.
Is anybody got back about Elden Ring?
I got you back, but that's
I know you got back. I see. I just seen the
Life on this
message there.
planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes.
Let me
Furthest
do this. Share. I'm gonna do that one. Oops, no. That's just...
Access. I seen you now recording.
Yeah.
Right.
Alright.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Well, this is just the video. What'd you think of the now recording?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
We thought Matt died, so that was always funny.
I was pissing myself at that.
Oh. Alright, I'm gonna play the video now. Okay, the process of making this video has been one of the most exhausting things I have ever had to go throughout my close to 12 years of making YouTube content. I genuinely wanted to avoid things ever getting to this point. However, I have been forced into this situation by Seth, and you all deserve to hear my experience of working with him, or it will never be told to the public. I'm going to put this at 1.5 because it is 2 hours long. 1.25. Please watch until the very end. This is the most important video.
new blueprint acquired. The scanner can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
Okay. Okay, what is this? Let's play Among Us on stream tonight, dude. I went hard AF. Lamau. This was literally debating the witness off the ship. Depending on how my floor grind goes, League of Legends I'll let you know. I'm in promos right now. Good to see you enjoying it though. Come play, you virgin loser. Haha, yeah. It can be later. Retard. I want to. Yeah, haha. Blocked and unfollowed. Are you home? Okay. I don't know why you'd include that, but alright. What was that last screenshot? I have made enough to retire. The only reason I stick around is to keep making other people's lives miserable. The fact I've made numerous YouTubers give up on their dreams and they have to see me whenever they open the app gives me life. I need them to suffer. Okay.
I thought he said he had no money.
Huh?
I thought he said in Keem Stream he had no money.
Well, the problem is we don't know when this tweet is from, so this could be an older tweet, but when he did have money.
Uh-huh.
And
Well, if they cut the dates out?
They did.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I see now, aye.
Yeah. So, yeah, and that's really kind of the problem here, is that this is out of context because we don't know the date. This goes back to what I said of Clyde being having ulterior motives to wanting to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna continue. This is 4 minutes in, and already I'm having a lot of serious doubt. I want to be a burden to society. So this one is not. This is from April of 2022. I want to be a burden to society. I want people to suffer for their culture and feel the weight of all their pain and feel indifferent to that their society has generated. I am a poison that slowly kills everyone you know. I despise you. I'll abuse the system and make you suffer. You make anime. This guy clearly is based. You make anime content for a living. Get a real job and stop being a burden to society, you garbage piece of human waste. I don't believe you. Ironically, he did this on stream within the past 2 weeks, and yet the script for this video is 2 months old because I predicted this would happen. Okay.
Oxygen. Lifepod secondary systems online. Running full environment diagnostic and outputting results to databank.
This is Aurora. The signal received. Rescue operation will be dispatched to your location in 9 hours. Continue to monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
Clyde speaks to Alicia's friend who Seth abused. So I'm guessing this might be satire.
No, they were Australian.
So this is another person.
New blueprint acquired. fabricator
that's
draws
fine.
from available data to provide environment-appropriate equipment using locally available materials. For your safety, this setting cannot be overridden. Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core sustained during planet fall. Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception. Alien life forms may have unexpected.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I wanted to bully a rapey boy off my personal whim. Are you okay with bullying him over weird comments despite lacking any evidence that he is an actual rapist? Literally your words, no you haven't. I'm okay with that. I bully a rapey boy next lap. Okay. So
Again, that could get taken out of context.
So this happened in 2020. So this is so in 2020, Surfbone. That's the thing's name, right? Surfbone situation. Whoops. Yeah, that can be taken out of context. That I'm with you on that one. Because what is the context on this one?
Mm-hmm.
This is a DMs with Noodles. Sesu, who we know is a Seth account. So yeah, so what is the context on that one? I guess we're just not going to know.
That bit of evidence there, flirting with her underage boy, he went too fast on that. Go back a few seconds. Can you actually read it?
Yeah. Is it? Here we go. Okay, I got cancer listening to this retarded shit. Retard. This is don't say the R word. Okay. You should stream the doc so it's easier to keep track. FBI looking at you like, hello my love. Hold on. Do I have it? No, I have this on normal speed too.
You see how fast that was?
That's in the document. That was direct from the document. I can read that.
Is that from the document? Right.
Catherine Cry states his age as being 16 prior to the sexual interaction taking place. 04/25/2018 was the date when Catherine Kwai stated his age. 07/18/2018 being when the sexual comments were made. This means that Seth was aware of the age prior to making that appeared to be sexual advances and therefore cannot plead ignorance. Okay, here we go. I have consoles and PCs. I see. If you want to small talk, I got you, lol. How old are you? 16. You? Okay, so that's the evidence that he knew he was 16. Make sure to live stream yourself sleeping, naked or clothed. Naked would be preferred, but I don't know how YouTube would react to that. The real question is, how would you react to that so it would be safe? So to be safe, wrap your cloth around your willy. How would I? I would probably watch the stream for about a minute, then lose interest. It's sad. It's the sad truth. Your thoughts? Disappointed. Sorry. You better. Okay, so those are the messages, but again, those are kind of, there's not a lot of context around these.
And did they get a age for this person?
The Catherine Kauai.
Uh-huh.
They said they were 16. Am I sharing the wrong here? Let me
Oh
try
no, I
and...
see it. I can see it. 16. I see it. I see it.
Okay, yeah, okay. Alright, I'm gonna... Alright, so that was that one. Okay, whoa. This is the satire situation, which which I think everyone agrees the satire stuff is the most fucked up stuff. I think that's the most damning stuff they have him on. Wouldn't you agree?
The satire stuff's really the only thing they had.
Back in 2019, yeah. That really was the only thing they had. We can if we want to read those, I can just read them straight from the doc, but I think we've gone over the satire situation enough times. I think that you can easily find these screenshots. But the basics are, he said that she has pancake tits, and he made fun of her so much to the point that she was getting harassed by everyone in his server. That was that's the basics of it. And that's really all there is to say right now. We could talk about the satire stuff later. Maybe he goes on to talk about this a little bit more. Maybe we should just keep watching and find out.
The fabricator cooks small organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure, bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption.
So he's a loco.
Okay, so that is talking about the Naruto versus Ichigo. That was the cancellation of... That was the cancellation of an animated short film project, I guess. It did seem like it came out a little bit out of nowhere. Maybe this was a little bit more than I know, because I haven't really looked a whole lot into the Naruto versus Ichigo thing. But from what I saw of it, it did kind of come out of nowhere. So that's kind of going to explain that one right now. Anything you want to say, Optimus?
No, he's a low-cow.
I think they're all low-cows.
The DSP.
Huh?
He reminds me of DSP.
He does. Now that you say it, yeah. There were many who left and also some who never joined. Some people donated hundreds to thousands without joining. Okay, so I guess that's a screenshot showing there were 16 at least. Okay, so this is him allegedly, and I have a tendency to believe this because I think the doc confirmed that the deleted user was him. So this is $10,534, and if they said they needed $128,000, they would have needed at least 10 times as much as that. Yeah, there was no way that was happening. So I didn't even realize. LMFAO, clean, haha. Also, sorry, Aereo got high and passed out. Noodles had to make it at midnight for no reason. Effing pussy. No problem, was ready for some beef. Okay. Okay, now, keep in mind, the audience didn't have access to those screenshots. So is it really, well, it is lying, but if the audience didn't have access to this until your video, how are they supposed to know he was lying back then? And, you know, is that fair, I guess would be the right way to say that?
Yeah, that's fair.
So, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna, wait a minute. Alright. Alright. Yeah, us agreeing... Oh, what the heck did I do? Did I go ahead? Did I click a button? I did. Alright, here we go. Yeah, us agreeing on the kick was a better idea. It looks great. Ichigo looks very good, too. Glad he performed on that. Bro goes from that drawing to Crash Bandicoot in a week. Watch. Just sent Omar 500 British pounds. I'll take care of the Naruto voice actor, too. She's extremely excited, so leave all that to me. Will turn out great. Any updates on that, by the way? And good shit, King. Bro, his currency is fucking stupid. That was like $1,000. LMAO. But it's all good. It's legit so much. Thank you. For real, for real. I still got 10K in the Patreon. Yeah, no problem. I will contribute when I can. My third bank account. So we have another kind of cropped out of context screenshot because he says something at the end that we did not see.
blueprint acquired.
Nope. Go back. Alright, also, what Goon told you that anyway, you still talking about those extorter friends. I bet they really gassed it up. I might do Naruto versus Ichigo anyway, probably for money. I don't really care. Surf did. I still chat to Surf because he's legit a friend of mine. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Retard. No, that's fair. It's more the doing it to piss people off. I was like, go. Rape Boy and Cuck Girl, the dynamic Seth hater duo comes to theaters soon. Wait, Cuck Girl, is that Chuck XD, or am I the girl because of astrology non-noodles? Oh, because his girlfriend fucked a minor in Walmart. What? I guess they talked about that on the Keemstar stream, so.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna continue now. You guys really have no clue what he's been going. Okay.
This is Lifepod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Okay, so bro, he told me he wants to see me as an equal, because if not, why were you even friends with him, XD? Then there's these cringe-ass rants about power and shit. When I have basic comment, basically he knows he's a fucking idiot and bad at everything, so he tried to cope, but I don't like enforce my things on him or anything. I act submissive if anything, and accomable. I'm so gone. Always did. With most people, Clyde Parrot, Jamie's, but whenever I don't, they have an insecure meltdown. It makes me want to fucking vomit how fucking lame they are, that I have to act like that for them to feel normal. It's cringe. I'm surprised Clyde did, but can very much see that in the Parrot and sound like this Jamie's guy is the same. They literally yell at me all the time. Okay, so that was that, right? Oh, here we go. Well, first of all, don't. Okay. So this was Clyde interjecting all this like personal shit into the video.
Aye, so this is not really needed.
No, it really does seem like it seems like there's a lot of filler in this that isn't needed. Some of these just didn't feel needed, or are cut way out of context. That's kind of the impression I'm getting from this. Alright, I'm gonna continue it now.
Silver-based wiring kits are an essential component of many habitat modules. Caution. Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may result in a quantum detonation. Continuing to monitor.
I'm speeding this part up.
Remember that materials you gather are the property of the All-Terra Corporation. You will be liable to reimburse the full market price. Your current bill stands at 3 million credits.
We already talked about all this. This is the sleep apnea part. back to normal. Okay, so that whole section was just Clyde going on a friggin' rant about how his life sucks up to this point, and how I guess Seth was also a part of this somehow. Did I listen to that part right, or?
No, you held it right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what I'm thinking on now, because it's like, right, you're saying, like, no try to stick up for the Seth person, but how many times did he message him to the point Seth probably went, you know what, fuck off?
Yeah. No, no, I think that's fair enough to say. You know, I think that if you're getting messaged like that on, like, the daily, to the point that, like, you're doing all of this, maybe, you know, it's like, I don't know. This whole situation just keeps getting so, it's like, I agree with Seth to a degree, or I agree, not with Seth, with Clyde to a degree, but at the same time, this doesn't make Seth look bad.
No.
This kind of just sits there and puts into perspective why he might have been an asshole to you for a while. I'm not saying that he's justified, but but there's definitely motive to why he might not like you.
The Builder, too, is designed to construct habitats capable of withstanding extreme environmental conditions.
Okay, whoa. I censored this for Chuck's privacy. Also, Chuck was talking about having sex with ST, and we don't know who that. All right, this is bad. This is an example of you shouldn't have censored this. This is serious. You know, am I right there, or?
Like, if you're not going to say who it is, even at that, even why put it in?
Yeah.
Like, this is a part that could have been cut.
If it's fake, why not just say who it is, and that way the audience has some kind of clue about what is going on. And that way it doesn't seem like you're running around speaking like half-truths about this.
Emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Land re-reported distress call.
This is Life Pod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached. We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous. Request immediate assistance. 6 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
That seems like he's kind of fishing for that answer.
Power restored. All primary systems online. Welcome aboard, Captain.
Do you think Prime Macchiato would outbox Prime McGregor? I mean, he would beat the fuck out of him, but boxing-wise, McGregor is probably better. He already has his boxing license by the time he was 16 and has some of the best timing in MMA. Hear me out on this, Noodles. Okay, so this is just me laying you to rest. You got slept by Noodles on MMA.
Lubricant is essential in construction of vehicles and power plants. the Sea Clyde will increase your effective exploration range. For your safety, please pack supplies for long journeys and stay within 5 kilometers of the nearest life pod or habitat.
So most of these people were just trying to stand over each other because they didn't really think any of them knew about anything they were talking about, but they just wanted to get ahead in their channels.
That's what I'm getting from it.
So what I'm getting is they don't like Seth because he's the most successful one of the group. And it basically, if you want to get a channel going, you need to go through him. Does that seem fair enough to say from what
No,
we've
that's
seen
what it
thus
seems
far?
like. That's what it seems like just in this video, yeah.
You know, and I'm not going to discount, like, this guy did some pretty fucked up stuff with the satire situation and all. But this video doesn't really go into all of that. This video is more on the lines of like, this is why I don't like him and why I'm now choosing to leave him 4 years after a document where they've got enough proof to prove like he was a pedophile, or at least he groomed satire. Is that like...
No,
that's kind of what I see.
Right, it's like this video really feels like, see when you compare it to what happened on Keem's show,
Yeah.
and you start to look really at this video, it's just like he's a bad person.
Yeah. Well, that's why the thumbnail of the stream is bad employer. I don't know. I'm listening to this and I'm going, okay, all they've really proven is that he's a bad person behind the scenes. I think that you could say that about just any one of these people. Alright, I'm going to continue the video now.
Picking up multiple energy signatures on the island's surface.
Seth talking really about swag. Okay, I need to get my Ichi video up before swag, but MJ's so friggin' slow, man. I hope he's making it good, lol. I'm gonna hit him up soon. Well, from what I hear, he's not even working on it. Okay, it's done.
New blueprint acquired. Integrate a new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data. New blueprint acquired. New blueprint acquired. Preparing the day's water ration ahead of time will help ensure against dehydration and eventual acquired.
Okay. I'm gonna continue. I thought I had something I didn't.
New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data.
Okay, we are 43 minutes into this video. I know it's 3 hours long, but how much more, you know, it's like, he's said this now like 10 times at least, right?
Yeah.
We'll get into it, we'll get into it, we'll get into it. When? Because right now, it just kind of seems like you're not wanting to talk about this. I think Tommy was right. I think they're all afraid of this guy, and they just want him gone.
Oh!
Congratulations, survivor. You have exceeded your weekly exercise quotient by 500%. Data indicates that swimming was your favorite activity. Be sure to vary your routine for uniform muscle development.
Ozzy from the cafeteria. What the hell, guys? They didn't warn us this might happen. Our pod was almost crushed by the Seamoth Bay on the way down. Now we're hanging on the edge of a cave system. This grim-looking snake thing's trying to eat through the hull. Come get us already.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Literally everyone of the higher ups in the server has nameable mental disorder. Clyde included. What is this? Unless there are two or more Little Caesars in Blank City. He's lying because he said the place was closed, but it's not. Blank City is very small too. Lol, like a population of 4,000 people. I told you he lied to protect himself. You should still try to call those guys. I guess he kind of did that on the Keemstar show, come to think of it.
Yep, he did.
So, I guess in that sense he was right. Alright, I will continue. I'm not going to share the stuff that might be important to this, but just trust me, guys. Oh.
Yes, trust me, bro.
For being an edited video, this feels like a live stream.
Yeah.
Quantum detonation has occurred in the Aurora's drive core. The reactor will reach a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. separate work and leisure spaces to maximize productivity. Treat this space as your home, but never forget that it is not. New blueprint acquired.
Okay, so they all were competing with each other to get a video out first, which is normal on
Local scans
YouTube.
show a nearby cave entrance.
And
Depth
this
90
guy
meters,
was
leading
not
to an unknown
sleeping,
environmental biome.
which is why, like, he was getting abused by this guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from it.
Yeah. So basically, normal YouTube shit of like, oh, we're here we are competing for viewership because we all are in the same thing, making the same videos apparently. Like, why aren't you guys making separate videos or like different videos?
Passing 100 meters.
Why do they not just edit their own
Efficiency
shit?
decreased.
Well, because that's too much work for these people, I guess. Alright, back to the video.
Integrating new PDA data. 30 seconds.
Priority automated message from Aurora Live Pod. 13 coordinates attached. Live Pod is carrying high priority passenger.
Yoki Kasa. I said Kasa. Why do I have to record this anyway?
Send immediate burial detail.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Integrating new PDA data. New blueprint acquired.
Jimmy Godfrey.
New blueprint acquired.
Okay, so this is the head animator. I know we just said that, but this is the head animator that was supposed to do the project and now is canceled but might still be going on and maybe actually been doing for cheaper. I have a sneaking hunch that the $128,000 thing is not true. So, any thoughts on that one?
The price for the animator, I'm not too sure myself, depending how much it is, how to get one of these guys. And if he animates for the series, because I think that's what they said, didn't they? I could be lying.
I thought it was just one animated short film that they were, one animated short film that they were going to work on. And it was Naruto versus Ichigo. I couldn't, maybe it was a series, maybe I didn't hear them say that right, but I swear it was only one episode. I could be wrong. So, alright, let's get back to it, I guess. We're an hour and 6 minutes in, and we are now getting to something that might actually be important.
Signature in the region. Cannot identify.
I'm still gonna beef with Clyde after that payment. He's a total pussy for leaving the second I joined. No, be nice to Clyde. Cow, Cactus. Hey, are you aware Clyde, Tipo, Corey, and all of them were talking shit way before I started going in on Clyde? Trini invited you to hang in the server. If you don't pay me by the date you gave, I'm filing, so hurry the frig up. Also, you're gonna be at Anime Expo, right? Okay, even more of the, like, what, that doesn't help his situation that he's not sharing it. Right?
Yeah, he should have showed that.
Yeah. If it was that bad, to the point that you're telling him not to, you know, you're making an exposed video on him. This is the time to air out this dirty laundry and explain to the audience the context behind these things. I'm just gonna keep playing the video because I'm beginning to see why people did not like it.
Dude, I'm going to bounce just now. I'm just going to get my pals in that, right?
Okay. Well, nothing of interest is going on right now, so yeah.
I shall catch you tomorrow, my friend.
Okay.
Right, see you, dude.
Yep, see ya. I'm gonna continue to react to this.
That's no worries.
Alright, see ya.
See you, dude. Take care.
Yep, you too.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, so now I think is when we're going to get into something that maybe we can care about. So this is pedophile allegations against Clyde that did end up being false. I guess that is something good on his end, but this is still very strange to me. Like, again, for being an edited video, this seems so...
This is Avery Quinn.
This seems like a
Ship
live
Sun.
stream.
Aurora, do you read? Over. Nothing but that.
I mean, even
They run low on engine grease.
even the fact that this is like,
SOS,
okay,
help?
here's like all this all this stuff point by
Aurora,
point by
I'm
point
out
by
on
point.
the far side of the system. It's gonna take more than a week to reach your position.
You know,
you still need our
We
assistance.
don't have the evidence that we
I'll
did
try them again tomorrow.
if he had just said like,
Charters can
oh,
have
by the
full
way,
credits running
this
errands
is
for all
what
time.
happened here, this is what
See what the
happened
long
here,
range
this
sees
is what
in
happened
the
here.
meantime.
The image he did not post is this is the context behind it. Here's everything I know, here's everything that should be known. If he would have just done that, he wouldn't be in the situation that he was on the Keemstar show, where people are saying, this seems kind of strange. Why aren't you wanting to talk about it? Yeah, I don't know. I wish this guy would have put in more of what he's actually talking about and less just random garbo that personally didn't need to be aired. Oh hell. I'm gonna lose power. Alright. Okay. I wish I didn't have to do this, and I'm really scared that this is going to happen. I'm letting you guys know now. I may lose power here. So the good news is I'm going to copy the video and I'm going to quickly put it into a document. That way, if we do crash and the stream does end, tomorrow or Monday we could pick back up. I'm going to continue to play. If my power goes out, you'll know. But here we go. So, what just happened? I stopped because my power was flickering. So this is the Surfborn stuff that happened in 2020. This is so this is allegedly he was a rapist. He is not. I'm going to make that crystal clear. I do not think that the Surfbone guy is a rapist, and I think that everyone knew that at the time, including Seth, and the fact that he tried to use it probably does go to show you his kind of psychotic behavior. But that's I don't know if this is really necessary right now. This seems more like he's trying to get ahead of the allegations before Seth makes the response video he's going to make. Let me get ahead of this before it happens. So that's what this seems like. Alright, I'm going to continue the video now. Whoa, what was that? I zoned out. That didn't really prove anything, but okay. Sorry for not helping you pick a thumbnail. Just got on my PC, by the way, commissioned a thumbnail. Stop. Oh my god.
Life form readings in this region are sparse. The Aurora's radioactive fallout will have devastating effects on the alien ecosystem if not contained within the next 24 hours. Consider disguising the flavor of unsavory meat with salt or locally sourced herbs and spices.
That's like top 1% of Twitch, by the way. Anything above 60 people
Warning,
is...
structural integrity is low.
Is it anything above 60, if I remember reading that statistic right?
Exploration is
anything above, like,
risk.
I think it's anything above, anything above like 10, you're in like the top 1% of Twitch. I can look at that a little bit later, but for 300, that's not bad on average. So this is the second time he's mentioning this shit.
Caution. Scans show the digestive tracts of nearby life forms contain human tissues. PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Why is it so
Integrating
loud?
new PDA data. Aurora systems are running on local reserve power acquired. Unable to remotely download black box data.
Okay, that was a big mess. I can't even read all that. I encourage you to see a doctor and get a laptop. Okay, so this is just more messages of him and Seth going back and forth, I guess. There we go. Data downloads, codes and codes, note to self. 1454.
Scans of damage to the Aurora do not match any known offensive technologies. Integrating new PDA data. blueprint acquired. The drive machinery sustained internal damage during collision. Do not attempt repair without appropriate qualifications. Warning, local radiation at maximum tolerable level. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Right there.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Seeing stuff like this makes me... Okay, so this is more stuff relating to his life, it sounds like.
Breach repaired.
He compares himself to me, etc. Nah, it just shows his weird... Oh, that's not what I meant to do, sorry. Okay.
Further breaches detected.
Okay, so this is how much Clyde contributed to the
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired.
Okay, because in a normal circumstance, this isn't... So you're paying for something that's getting made for a community. You're not paying... Or, you know, it's like you're not getting paid for something that's done in private. This is a public project that was supposed to have Naruto up against some other fucking anime character. That's why you're paid. Oh, why am I paying for... why am I paying for a crowdfunded project that's never going to come to light? Oh, I don't know. It's... Why am I paying for a crowdfunded project when I know that the... Okay, look... Why am I... You know, if I was an employee at a business that did, like, a crowdfunding project, why am I, as the employee, paying anything in this crowdfunding project if it's just going to come back to me? Well, it's not just for me, it's for the company and the, well, good of the company. It's not like I'm... It's not like, oh... I'm not getting, you know... It's not like I'm getting... It's not like I'm getting paid and I'm expected to put it back in. I don't have to. If I don't care about the crowdfunded project, I don't have to do anything. Clearly, you gave a shit, and thus you donated. That was of your doing. You didn't have to do that. I don't know. Maybe that analogy doesn't work. Maybe I said it wrong. But the idea is, if you work for a company, and in that company, they go, okay guys, we're starting a crowdfunding project to get new desks. We don't have the money, or, you know, the company doesn't have all the money to just buy us new desks. We need to crowdfund this in order to get the new desks. You know, so you can donate here, you know, and they give us a link. Okay, you can donate here. You don't have to, but it's recommended if you want to get the new desks that we've been talking about for the past few months. You know, so you're paying for it because you wanted this project to come to light. You were invested in it. Hell, it sounds like you were part of the reason why it was going to happen. I need to stop running into fire. Alright, keeping going.
New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data. New blueprint
Okay, we're good,
acquired.
we're good. We didn't crash, we didn't crash. Okay, so, again, we're going back to what the frig is the
New
point of
blueprint
this.
acquired.
You know, we're going back to, okay, how are people supposed to know at the time this was going to be a scam and that he wasn't actually going to make the series? Oh, wait a minute, they didn't. Not even you, not even him. I don't think you can call it a scam if at the time the project was going to happen. It sounds like there were complications with the animators. It sounds like he was such an asshole to them that they all decided to leave, and that's why it was costing more and more and more and more money, was because, okay, I'm paying, they wanted me, you know, I'm paying like a flat fee of $10,000 a week or something like on those lines. Or, you know, a month. Maybe it was a month. I don't know. You're also getting like A-list voice actors to voice this animated project that you're making. So now I'm forced to ask the question, did he really scam his audience? Or was he such an asshole that it looks like it's a scam? Because that's where it's starting to go. Is that the money didn't line up with exactly what he thought or with exactly what was going to happen. And because he was such an asshole to them, they all just started leaving. That's what I think. That's why I think it cost $128,000 to do this, according to Seth, is because of that reason.
New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Okay, wait. I want to read this tweet. Even worse for me, bro got me in a call 20 minutes after I woke up and just jumped me in the call with, by the way, we're collabing. The video was just us explaining why we weren't very interested in the series. Obviously, we aren't avid watchers or narrative experts on it.
New blueprint acquired.
Frig, where do I get the captain's cabin? I don't think I've ever seen this room before. Ow!
Integrating new PDA data.
Oh. Ow. That's my arm. What 869?
Integrating new PDA data.
Huh. For clarity, he then started using his mental health as a way to abuse me into not complaining about stuff anymore. I didn't see that. Ow.
Integrating new PDA data.
What have we gotten?
Integrating new PDA
Sorry,
data.
I know I'm focusing on the game, but I just wanted to know what's... I've never actually seen this video before, so... Okay, so... For clarity, he started using his mental health as a way to abuse me into not complaining about the stuff anymore. Keep in mind, all my suspicions were correct, and I was used as a scapegoat months earlier for the Boruto situation, yet no one cared about how I felt. There are countless screenshots of him threatening self-harm towards Omar to stop him from talking about the Surfborn or to speak about Naruto versus Ichigo 2.
Technology blueprints have been updated.
I think we've gotten everything we can right now in this area.
Integrating new PDA data.
I might do nerd anyway, probably for money. I don't really care. Like I said, I don't know if this really proves anything, but this is bad-ish. Yeah, I guess if you really squint, this is pretty bad. If you don't really know what's going on, I wouldn't blame you. So, yeah, I don't know. This part of the video really didn't seem fucking necessary. It goes back to he has reiterated the same point now at least 3 times. All right, we've talked about how Naruto versus Ichigo was canceled. We've talked about why. We've talked about how he wanted to do it for money now. This is like the 3rd iteration of the same stuff we've already discussed and we've already agreed is bad. I'm going to put that on there to get the fuck out of here. So, yeah, like I said, I don't know. Maybe this is important. Maybe in the anime area this is important, but otherwise this just comes across as a big cope about he was just using the audience for money and nothing else, and this project was never going to happen, but it really was. He was just an asshole the whole time.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Why? Dude. Maybe, just maybe I'm looking at this from the wrong angle. But you should have left that one in the fucking, drafts, okay? It does. This seems like he's trying to get ahead of whatever the fuck Seth is about to put out. When Seth puts out whatever he's about to put out, or whatever he's going to put out for a response, I'm genuinely curious now, because this guy seems like, hey, I'm going to just blow my entire, I'm just going to keep spending money. I'm working at a net loss all the time. but I'm working with some of the highest people in the friggin' community that I possibly could. He's working with Nux Taku, for God's sakes. Hold on. Let me pull this guy up. Go with this. Alright. Alright. Nux Taku. Alright. He's working with this guy. Or was. I don't know if he still is, but why are you sitting here going, you're blowing $1,000 on lottery tickets? For what? Yeah, I get that he's trying to pay him back, but that's not the play. That's really not the play.
Playing partially translated broadcast.
9 new biological subjects designated. Mode. Hunting. Analyzing. Sharing subject locations with other agents.
This is the second time he said that, and this is the second time I don't believe him. Alright. If he genuinely is saying, I didn't want to make the video, maybe he didn't, maybe that's why it's so poorly done, but this is kind of insane. We're sitting here at roughly the 2-hour mark. We still have a little over 46 minutes left of this. I am digesting this as it happens, and thus far, the only thing worth of value has been talking about the project. And I don't really know if that matters anymore. Like, yeah, sure. The project was, like, meant to do something. The project was meant to, like, be something to these people. But the reality behind it is... if they were if the guy was losing interest in it, what does that show you about them? You know, maybe that's an unfair take of me to say, but from what I'm watching and from what I'm getting from this, it really seems like the project got canceled because Seth was such an asshole to all the lead people. It just didn't... people just stopped working with him. And that's why this whole situation happens at all. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think he scammed his audience listening to this. I think that what has happened here is he was such an asshole to them that the money he didn't know how to manage the money correctly, that it caused people to leave. Oh god, is it not? Oh fuck, has it not been picking up on the audio this whole stream?
Versus Ichigo stuff was that,
Oh
shit,
my
well, I guess
God,
I've
it
got Clyde as a
hasn't.
scapegoat, huh? I guess I can lie about it and pretend it just doesn't exist while it all blows over. Well,
Oh my god, dude. I'm such a fucking moron. Oh well. Nothing of value is lost. I'm convinced. Nothing of value is lost. Nothing of value is lost. No one misses anything. This is more for me to get me to know what the situations were at the time, and really nothing of value is lost. If you want to watch the video, I don't recommend it, but if you want to, sure, you can go to Clyde's... all you have to do is look up Clyde, and you'll find it. But... this really does just come across as we didn't have anything. We still don't have anything, and the most we have is that he's an asshole. If that's the point of this video, he could have done this in an hour top. Less than that, maybe 30 minutes. I think that he should have... if you wanted to convict him on things, you should have focused on the satire situation. You should have focused on this. You should have focused on the stuff he could have said about you, and you should have focused on. You should have focused on clearing up any misconceptions. Let the dirty laundry go and post the screenshots you're afraid of, because he will do that. That is something he will do. You already said, and this was confirmed on the Keemstar show, by the way. Clyde literally said he will air Noodle's dirty laundry if he has to, and he did that on the Keemstar show. That you should have just done that. I'm sorry. All right, in 2 hours, nothing of value is lost. I've been streaming now for almost 3 hours. Nothing of value is lost. I'm not kidding. You might as well have been watching the Subnautica content, because this was 100% more entertaining.
No, you cannot do that. It's funny too because there was even a...
I'm releasing a tweet thread at the end of this stream. I'm going to blow my entire opinion on what I really think of this, because the insanity behind this is so dumb.
A stage where he even wanted me to help him make his tweets, how to talk to a Japanese girl, and I motivated him to not only get his veneers, but to take up MMA again, which he absolutely over-exaggerates his fighting ability about, because I don't enjoy talking about this, but I just can't stand people who lie about shit like this. I find it cringe when people pretend they can fight and they can't. However, when I listen to him talk about this shit on stream or in videos, it's cringe. He didn't even script his fucking video on Mike Tyson versus Bruce Lee because Noodles took care of it himself and got no credit for it. After he's seen the success of the Conor McGregor video, which by the way, he tried to instigate a debate between Noodles and I on MMA because he didn't like people stroking my knowledge on...
Is this not the third time this guy has talked about this? Like, holy shit.
On the subject, and instead, Noodles and I ended up agreeing on everything, and now watch the UFC together pretty frequently. Also, by the way, Seth hasn't even watched my biggest video of all time, the Conor video, or any of my Bleach videos with 1 million+ views. How are you going to see your friend's channel popping the fuck off, but you haven't even watched his most successful videos? Instead, in call, he listened to an alleged pedophile by the name of Splash and Jade give their thoughts on my Conor video and tried to point out that the dislikes was a bad sign, projecting his own insecurity onto me, when in actuality, anyone who knows about the video, Habib fans spammed the video with dislikes because of what I said about him, and Conor fans disliked it because of the title. There are people out there, and it doesn't surprise me because MMA fans for the most part tend to be meatheads, no offense, they think the video is about me talking about Conor's bank account based on that title. It's clearly a play on words and the whole King stuff related to, you know, his career, but no, they just think like, what are you talking about, man? He's a millionaire, you got no money like he does, and I'm just like, dude, watch the video. You might also know that he got a lot of flack back in the day for the Logan versus KSI 1 fight that he reacted to with Parrot, and this has nothing to do with Parrot here, but the lack of knowledge on the video really got him a lot of shit in the comments and on Discord, but even still, when he was streaming with me one time, I actually had to avoid correcting him on Adesanya being slandered on stream because he said Adesanya wasn't really a good fighter, and I was just like, I don't know, bro, like he's kind of like on his way to beating Anderson Silva's defense record, and he's beating everybody like they're trash except for Calvin Gastelum, and I was like, do I hold my tongue? Do I correct him? Like, you know, I'd always have to be careful with stuff like that on stream. It was actually a debate that I had with him in private about a strongman versus Francis Ngannou, and he took the side of the strongman, and Noodles can attest because he was there that I stopped debating because I was like, I need to be careful because he's going to get pissed if I beat him on this, and yeah, he thought that the strongman could just choke out Francis Ngannou, and I was like, wow, it's just anyone who knows anything about fighting, Francis Ngannou would chin any man on the planet, except for obviously, you know, if you're talking strictly boxing, he'd have trouble with a boxer of the same weight division, but we're talking just like normal street fight, like no random dude who lifts weights is going to touch Francis Ngannou in any conceivable way. It's just common sense. He could have 100 pounds on Francis, and Francis is just going to be like, oh wow, this dude doesn't know how to throw punches or escape out of a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu transition or defend a leg kick, and his perennial nerve is f***ed, and now he's on the ground and I'm choking him out and he's dead. Like, you know, there you go, stuff like that. But anyway, that aside though, he actually attempted to stop James from shooting his shot at a cosplayer that was interacting with him on Twitter in like 2019 or 2020. I think what happened was that Seth followed the girl to try and get her attention so that she'd follow, you know, him instead. And it was just weird. I was just like, why are you doing that to James? Like, he hasn't actually done anything hateful towards you ever. Like, maybe you think his like videos are bad, or you might think he's dumb or something like that, which he obviously does. And I just couldn't fathom it. I'm like, why do something so cruel like that to him? It was just ridiculous to listen to. He also did something weird like that towards me, where he forced me to let him add this girl that could debate, and like, if she's out there, she'll probably know what I'm talking about, but I actually cut her off entirely, not because I had anything against her, like, and I regret being a cunt to her because I was pretty rude towards her in the sense of just, like, deleting her and being real dry with my replies, but I actually did it because I was like, shit, now I'm gonna fucking cut this girl off because now she's fucking weird. Like, I was just like, nah, I want out of this, and I did, but that's an example of it too. Oh, and yeah, here's him stalking a girl I know's Instagram story, which she showed it to me.
This still sounds, oh, he has this. Where is the friggin' evidence? I mean, I know that he's showing it on screen, but holy frig, dude. Without context, this sounds like a live stream. It really does.
He was even going to try and f*** this girl called Haley.
It sounds like he recorded this in one take, said, good enough for me, and kept going.
Who, although at the time was 18, was a girl that was being groomed by a guy I referenced earlier as a friend, right? His name was Tippo, and he hid her age for years to the point that this entire series of events and endless recordings and emails that I have where I went to the police to take care of this situation, right, to get rid of him, the only reason Seth disliked him so much wasn't for the obvious reasons we'd all expect. It was because of some dispute they had over audio work. And don't worry, if I need to defend myself on this situation, I 100% will, because I have all the emails, all the recordings, all the evidence, and I will not be blamed for the fact that one of the guys I met in your server, Seth, turned out to be a pedophile who was doing audio for us on the side. To mention this again, you'll also probably think that it's weirdly similar to the Surfbone situation, and it is. He didn't care whether Surfbone was a rapist or not, and to give the TLDR version of this, basically, someone on Discord overspoke, and they had said that they had drunk sex with a girl. Seth decided to turn this person into an alleged rape. Surfbone got the girl involved to defend him on call, clear his name, etc. Seth didn't care at all whatsoever, threw him completely under the bus. Now, I want to actually say this too. I, for the longest time, thought Surfbone was a goofy motherfucker that I didn't like speaking to, but when I seen that happening, it was just wrong. Didn't feel right, the fact to see something like that going on, so that just, again, just more and more evidence to show that the dude's a weirdo, and he was willing to do that to a complete stranger just to save his own ass when he got critiqued for doing it. Also, he accused me of trying to steal money from him in 2019, and I was so emotional that I was literally crying in call, and I said, bro, I didn't have any intentions to do anything like this. I've always had respect for you, and I appreciate how much you've helped me, and tried to equate his 2018 paranoia to this as if I had some weird fucking master plan, when in truth, we all thought that he was fucking crazy and impossible to be around because he was so weird to deal with. Even having a friend that was associated with someone that he disliked by extension, I'd get the fucking blame for it somehow. The same thing also happened countless times with Omar, and he'd occasionally say the same about MJ in private whenever MJ would take too long to edit videos, and in all fairness, like, I love MJ, he is a nice guy, but he would take a long time with videos, but even still, he just instantly just jumped to like, oh, he's trying to steal money and f me over. I bet he prefers Geekdom. He'd rather lick Geekdom's asshole. You know, just language like that, just whatever, and it was like that with everybody, like Omar of all people. So when I spoke to Omar, I couldn't fathom how oblivious he was to Seth's, like, true character, and whenever Omar messages me, I'm always surprised at how nice he is. Like, this man sends me love hearts, he's always nice as hell, he's always like, yo, I'd love to do art for you, I'd love to work with you, and I'm just like, dude, like, how could you speak to someone of all people like him like that? And Omar had told us that Seth not only was paying him a lesser rate, because Omar agreed to it, but Omar had lost job opportunities to focus on Seth's work that would have paid better. And he was telling us that the majority of his psychology appointments was due to Seth's stress, and how his girlfriend, work colleagues, and others had told him to get away from Seth multiple times, including, like I said before, the people who stood away from the project and said, no way, this guy's crazy. I mean, I made a blue Prius joke towards Seth once in call, which is some weird, I don't even understand the reference, I just copied it because it sounded funny. So basically, from what I understand, people used to lie and say he used to drive a blue Prius. If I used to drive a Prius and now I make a shit ton of money on YouTube, wouldn't you rep that because it's funny? Like, yeah, bro, I used to drive this shit box, bro. Now look at where I am. I'm bowling. Like, wouldn't you brag about that? Well, anyway, I made that joke towards him, and he fucking went off. He's like, where'd you hear that from, huh? What was that? What was that reference? I know what you were saying. I'm just like, dude, I didn't mean anything beyond just making a joke. That's it. Like, I won't make it again if you want. And it was just like, why am I gonna be so careful with everything I say in VC like that? I have so many screenshots, and I can go back and get even more if necessary, right, from our old DMs and stuff that's on old hard drives, where me just reading them, it makes me uncomfortable to look at because of how much I was getting fucked with by him and how, like, soft I was to not do something about it back then, which is more sad to look back and think, damn, I was really getting taken advantage of, and I was at my lowest point. I was considering suicide so often, right, that I would just randomly delete my social media accounts and videos and be like, yep, the channel looks clean, I'm just going to do it this weekend. And I literally bought a will kit to write out who would get all my belongings before I did it. Oh, and the call that I referenced just before about how I was crying in call trying to defend myself, which at this point some people would say that's embarrassing, but it's true. Like, I was so upset that I literally cried because I was like, dude, like, how are you speaking to me like this? Like, how could you accuse me of stealing? I've done nothing but be nice to you, and like, all I've ever asked for is extra time on videos. Like, it was fucking depressing. I hope that whole call exists from its start to finish in recording, because if it does, you will see how much of a manipulative...
Wait, he's trying to say that, okay, a call doesn't exist. I hope you believe me, though. What is the goal? Now I'm confused. What was the goal of this video? This seems too scattered to not have a reason as to why he decided to make this. No, I don't believe him anymore. There's absolutely he absolutely intended to make this. There is no possible way he'd never wanted to make this video. There's absolutely no way he didn't want to make this video. This is way too thought out. I know it's scattered, but it's way too thought out as well.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
This is way too thought out to just be to just be made for shits and giggles. This is 100%. He definitely intended to make this. I'm convinced at this point, and you can't convince me otherwise. There's just so many moments in this that are just... I can't explain. I really can't. If you didn't want to make the video, why'd you go through the process of making all, or finding all this information, bringing up private calls that no one is ever going to hear of, outside of maybe your closest friend group? And now you're sitting here going like, okay, well, I didn't, I didn't want to make the video, but he forced my hand. That's some anime villain shit. I don't watch anime, and even I know that's some anime villain shit.
Rat that he actually is, because it got to the point where I started apologizing for shit that I didn't even do wrong just to make him feel better. I was like, man, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm so sorry for what I did in 2018. I'm just like, why was I even apologizing? I actually didn't even do anything wrong, but I was doing it because I felt bad by extension of how much he was implying that I was an asshole and like a money-stealing rat, which was just never the truth. And that call started, to give you context, because he wanted to confront me over a random joke I made in front of Webcam Parrot the day before, where I said that Seth loved traps. And he was adamant. He's like, I'm not gay. He also did something similar with Chuck and I years ago, where he took us into private calls because we kept saying that he was gay. It was just banter. Like, I couldn't even care less if he actually was gay. It wouldn't have fucking mattered. I grew up with someone on Xbox from 2009 until 2015 who used to lie about his sexuality for years, came out to me as gay, and I was like, I mean, I'm shocked, but I don't care. Like, you know, whatever makes you happy, bro. And I've had no issues about that. Ridiculous. On his streams too, and he's done this a lot even recently, like how he would brag about that he could physically assault myself, Swag, or Chuck whenever people would ask who would win in a fight, and he just sits there and brags about it like a schizo for like fucking 10 minutes, like, yeah bro, I'd fuck him up and stuff. Like, for example, during KSI vs Logan 1, when we had drama during that time period, he made this tweet where he said that he could whoop Swag, Chuck, and I's ass at the same time, and we were all tagged in it.
This community sucks each other's dicks so much. Alright, I'm sorry, I need to blow some anger real quick. Alright, this community sucks each other off so much and just circle jerks each other. Oh, we had drama here, we had drama here, we had drama here, we had drama here. It's like, are you guys never not in drama? No wonder you guys fucking hate each other. You're always in a drama, trying to off the biggest person. Like, holy crap. For one second, I want the audience to understand this. This is the 5th time, or this is I don't even know. I've not been keeping track. This is at least the 5th that I can remember of him going, this is when we had drama. Alright, maybe I blew off a little, maybe I'm blowing off a little too much anger right now, but holy frig, dude. It sounds like these people get into a drama at least once every few days. Oh, we hate each other now, but we're good. But we're good now. Like, what? Just give me lantern fruit. Okay. Alright, we're good now. We're good.
Right? And then 8 hours later, he just randomly re-likes his own reply so that we could see it. Like, that's normal behavior. Even during the drama, someone was slandering him on Twitter, right, at this time period, and they were saying that, like, you know, his videos are shit and blah, 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 and I was like, this is why I said, I was like, nah, bro, he bought all the manga for a series just to make one video on it, man. Like, regardless of all this bullshit, man, he works hard. Seth likes it because he's like, yes, Clyde's he's stroking my ego, loving it. And I'm like, man, that's the kind of person I was towards him during the worst part of my life when he's trying to make me homeless. Along with this, I was shown a screenshot where someone had accused Seth of apparently making a girl suicidal or allegedly killing herself. I can't remember the specifics, but here's the screenshot right now. As I'm recording this, I'm just trying to remember what it was exactly, but I know that I have the image itself on the USB. And I showed him in private in case it was fake, when I could have just kept it to myself to use as ammo in case he popped off at me like he always randomly would. Though he may try to paint me as a money-loving rat, why would I do something like this for him? It just makes no sense. I even threw Trini and everyone under the bus to show that I was still loyal to him back in 2018, who were trying to help me, and went against all my friends' advice to cut him off. For the sake of perspective, why would I break away from him unless I genuinely hated work?
I'll pay. I want it work. I want $1 million. It's fine if you gave me 10K and I didn't follow up.
With the guy. I lose free promotion, Naruto vs Ichigo, payment to edit, and much more. It was so bad that I was willing to try and get loans, ask friends for money, and other means to get out of this situation. Even if I got a side job during this time period, or any of the time periods where I wanted to stop working for him for that matter, it would have been impossible to collect all of the money in time because, as he says in the screenshot, he was going to pursue me regardless. Plus, how am I meant to balance my mental health and our channels, right, at the same time? It would have been actually impossible. I was literally stuck. Along with that, it should be a testament to how absolutely miserable I was being under his thumb. I wanted to stop working with him in 2018, and in retrospect, I absolutely should have fucked him over like I was being accused of all the time, because he did deserve it. I've always given him credit for helping me financially. I even helped stage tweets to give him bragging rights over it to paint him in a good light. I started this YouTube thing because it's all I've had since I was a kid, and instead, I've had to sit on stream for the past, probably 2 years, right, on and off. Miserable, because no one knows my side of the story, the shit that I've been going through, and my passion for this is so fucking burnt out from wasting so much energy on his channel that I don't even enjoy this as much as I once did. You know why I barely upload? Because I was so depressed and so trapped in my situation with no family and no support from anyone in this situation that my plan has been to kill myself if YouTube dies, because it's all I fucking have.
Oh my god, with this emotional dog crap, dude. You know, I don't mean to sit here and be rude about it, but holy fuck, dude. This is emotional manipulation to the nth fucking degree. Alright, that's all this is. I don't mean to sit here and go like, okay, well, he doesn't have a point. He does. The dude was very much an asshole to him, and I think he has every right to sit there and go, look, this is all the shit that happened to me. There's so much more that's happened to other people. But this, I was going to kill myself. Dog, what the fuck did you want? What do you want us to do with this information? Outside, it's outside of, a feel bad for me. Which is all this is, feel bad for me here. That's all this is boiling down to, is feel bad for me, okay? I'm sorry, but holy moly.
I tried to do the right thing in 2018 by leaving him and offering to pay him back, but he didn't let me fucking leave, and said multiple times he wouldn't stop even if I paid him. So I'll say this, I'm glad I got all that money from you, Seth, because I tried my very best to be a decent person with helping you secure a bag, get deals, even while you were too childish about doing them. So I did all the work to manage them. I tried my best to help rep him to the point where people just painted me as a Seth clone and fanboy. I'd essentially carry his streams when we were together. And yeah, he's right, I guess he is kind of like Homelander, because fucking the whole time it's felt like I've had to keep this stuff lock and key because he has the public convinced that he's the smartest man alive, he's the nicest person ever, right? Why would I want to be a part of Naruto vs Ichigo? It was a toxic project that was entirely about Seth, and even the lead animator was treated like garbage. Just read the way Seth is treating Omar here, who is an absolutely amazing dude, and I regret ever speaking badly about him, as this was a byproduct of being around Seth and trying to play to his tune and be a yes man to prop him up. Like, yeah, Seth, yeah, he is a douchebag, he is a rat, which in itself, pretty weak of me to do that, but it's just an example of how in deep I was with him. I actually want to straight up apologize to most people out there that I've been an asshole to, whether it's a debate, whether I've cut someone off, whether I've just been flip-floppy and just stopped talking to you for whatever reason. For example, someone like Sasuke Solos, no beef towards you, bro, it's been many years and stuff, but that's someone that always comes to mind, just a random person I interacted with plenty of times. People in my Twitch chat, Discord, people I cut off due to Seth not liking them, and I did it all out of loyalty to him, just anyone for that matter. I'm not going to say that I'm excused, because I'm not, but a lot of it was a product of the situation, expectation, and just what I was involved with at the time. I had sort of a standard that I was holding myself to try and be up there with Seth with the debate stuff, but in truth, I just look like an asshole. All my talents that I've had have been wasted on him. All my talents with debate stuff and all that stuff have been wasted because I put it into anime shit, which is just whatever, I don't really care. But yeah, if I do apologize to those out there who may have had bad experiences with me in the past, and I hope that it can be accepted to some degree, because I'm not trying to be manipulative with this, it's just the truth. I do apologize. I even cut off nice people like Galvino so that it wouldn't get in the way of him potentially doing audio for Seth, and if, he needed him at any time. I took an L for Seth, and Galvino had said multiple times he had no problems with me, but I still did it because I was like, yep, I don't want to be accused of trying to steal his audio guy too, so I'm just going to leave him alone. If any other YouTuber abused their power like this, they would never have a fucking platform. I mean, the lies go so far that anytime he stated he, his accounts got hacked, it was because he deleted them, and I know that because I was in call with him while we lied to the public about it. I wonder why he was hiding all of his social medias. probably some weird stuff out there that keeps coming up from the old days, Seth. I wonder what other stuff is going to come out if you keep kicking the bee's nest. Along with this too, here's a screenshot of him stealing credit from the animator, and the animator had told us that because of this, he can't use it in his work portfolio to show it off to people because Seth has taken credit for it. And he also rarely ever gave me credit for the videos I would edit for him unless I would vocally say it in front of him on stream, because it was kind of hard to dispute if I was to say, wait, no, I did work on it, here's proof about it, you know, which would look weird. But I would also try to avoid that just to stroke his ego. Here's him lying about editing the Kratos video as an example. Oh, where's my credit? Me and Corey worked our asses off on that video to make it good. Corey actually used his ability to cut in text on the screen. I did all the scan stuff and then like put the video together and the music choice. I came up with the whole Conor McGregor skit at the start. No one even knows about this shit. They all just give the credit to Seth. One of the bigger issues was the lack of wanting to give people credit to. It's not even like, I don't want to ask for credit because it's one of them things where, aren't you proud that one of your closest friends is making banger content and staying up doing all-nighters for you and like work their ass off for you? Like where is the satisfaction in that? Because there should be. Like, you should legitimately be happy, like, Clyde, you did a fucking good job. And that was a big rarity that I'd ever hear stuff like that, man. And if he did it way more, who knows? We probably would still be friends right now, man. Like, if he was way more positive towards me and all these other friends, which he just never is because his mood is, like, literally the flip of a coin. It's very risky. It's like, today is he going to be normal, or is Seth going to be a weirdo for no reason because he's in a bad mood and can't control his emotions? But anyway, that's what a normal person would do. Seth clearly ain't normal, and payment aside, I always went above and beyond for him. He paid me around, and I want to say it's in the ballpark of 30 to 35,000 Australian dollars over the course of 4 years, but...
Okay, so... 30... what was it?
I want to say it's in the ballpark of 30 to 35,000 Australian.
Alright, let's go on the high end. 35... Hold on, I want to know. Australian... Australian dollar, okay, so 35,000, right? That is 1,000, yes, would be right around 24,000. That's, okay, 24,000, 324, divide that up by 360, hold on. 365 times 4 is 1,000. Okay, so now we take the number of 24, 234, which is what the rough end would be, which is what the highest end would be, and divide that by 14. $1,659 a day. No, maybe not a day. What am... Yeah, that would be... Well, no, that would be... Hold on. No, I did that wrong. 24,324. Divide that by 4 years. I multiplied. Great. Divide that by 4, and then divide that by 365. So that would be roughly $16, $17 a day, depending on how the payment worked out. And yeah, that is not a... That... But the problem is those were in large payments, so they weren't being separated out. Yeah, that's not a lot.
Dollars over the course of 4 years, but like I said, it wasn't just editing, and if I just focused on my own channel, I would have been...
Okay, so this is just a brief summary. There's a lot more stuff I edited. Okay, so let's see. 2017, $700-ish for 2 videos. 2018, 5,000. 2018, 1,000. 2018 February, June, October, 10,000 for a year. 2019 May, 2,500. 2019 June, he also sent me 500 or so, I can't remember. 2020 2000 for my move. 2021 March-ish, 10,000 USD.
Being self-sufficient by this point anyway. I partially did this out of passion for him, but he was always so flip-floppy and a loose cannon, and he might say, what do you mean though, Clyde? I gave you the shout-outs to help blow up your channel, but it's just like, dude, all that would have happened is that it would have taken me an extra year to blow up on YouTube anyway. Meanwhile, his channel would have stagnated while Swag Kage would have popped off, and so would have I anyway. So it's just cringe to listen to this shit because, like, listen to the way he talks about, say, like, Six on stream, right? And then he says stuff like he could have did all this YouTube stuff without us. He thinks Six is a loser, and Six is meant to be one of his, like, closest friends. That's what the public thinks. He said countless stuff like this about me too on streams, and, well, the ones I've heard anyway, so, yeah. He'd also do the same with Chuck, and he'd do it just to get a laugh from a random stranger in the comments that will never speak to him beyond just a random comment like, hey Seth, who would win? My father I haven't seen in 20 years or Popeye? And I tried to bring up, like, the situation with Seth to Chuck pretty recently, just to see, like, what he thought about, like, the way that we've been treated over the years. And Chuck, for some reason, is in, like, this mindset that he brought everything onto himself because Seth has convinced him of it. Proper mentally ill manipulation. I mean, here's an example. So, Noodles doesn't even like Chuck, and back in the day had a lot of beef with Chuck, but even he himself has said that it was Seth's fault, and he still won't take responsibility for it. I've said similar stuff to Seth plenty of times, like, bro, take accountability, man. Like, the reason people get so bothered with you is because you don't apologize genuinely. It's always just like a half-assed sort of like, I mean, we're friends again, so it's all blown over, yeah, but he never really thinks he's done the wrong thing, which is just weird to me. I'd actually like to also dedicate some time to highlighting how odd his true character is behind the scenes, because to this very day, after knowing Seth for 6 years, I still don't know his actual first name. And along with that, the closer I got with him, the more I realized he has some very weird narcissistic traits. He even admits here in 2 messages that he is mentally ill, but he's self-aware and tries to use it as leverage against Omar. I can say in all honesty, no matter how much I thought Seth and I were close friends, that there was still reason for me to be careful with what I told him, and I was closer with him than almost anyone. Sadly, this wasn't paranoia either, because his eagerness to instantly shit-talk me and others on his stream was so commonplace that it was disappointing, which I'd never do, and I always avoided doing it to him because I knew that he would throw a fucking tantrum if I said anything about him. If I even mentioned him in casual conversation, I'd try to avoid even talking about him. It didn't even matter what the context was, because if someone said, Clyde was talking about you on stream, his instant thought is, oh, was he shit-talking me? What did he say on stream? Oh, did he say something about Naruto vs. Ichigo? Seth even at one stage wanted me to help him write messages to this, quote, wealthy, overweight girl so he could try and slip his way in with her to get money. I'm not even kidding. The League of Legends challenger player Cupid knows this girl, and I don't know what sort of terms they're on, so depending on what terms they're on depends on if we'll get an honest answer about this, but Cupid actually does know this person, and that's how they got into contact, and I just don't even know what to say. It's so ridiculous to think about, but he might try and spin this as, why would I ask Clyde for help? Didn't his ex leave him? But that's irrelevant, because having trouble with one person you genuinely care about doesn't mean I'm now McLovin all of a sudden with women. He actually asked me for help with speaking to women and even wanted me to assist him with setting up his dating profiles. Despite his facade, he's actually quite antisocial. I guarantee that if I met him in person, he'd be a big shy boy too, which I wish I actually did, because, actually no, I better be careful, he might beat me up. When I became friends with Sniper Wolf, he was trying to imply that I should, like, try to make my moves on her, and I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty fucking intimidated to speak to her, because 30 billion subscribers was a fucking big deal, and he was sort of like hinting like, yo, you should help me fund Naruto vs. Ichigo by doing that, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I literally didn't know how to react without being like, there was a really bad situation here. So on one hand, I had to be like, yeah man, I'll do that, yeah bro, that's it, yeah, I'll slip in, but I'm clearly bullshit, right? And on the other hand, I'm like, I feel like a male prostitute right now, what is this shit? Seth even at one point tried to tell me he was coaching Cubic and Yozu, who are challenger players at League of Legends. Coach challenger players at League of Legends. I want to put that into perspective so you guys understand how big of a deal that is, alright? Because League of Legends is one of the most popular games on the planet. These people are in the top 300 of one region out of millions of players. And Cubic was ranked in the top 10 of the entire ranked leaderboard of North America. I even cut off Cubic and Yozu, who were nothing but nice to me, and I fucking liked those guys. They were fucking really cool to me, yeah? And they were gonna help me out with fucking coaching on League of Legends, because I actually am shit at League of Legends, and I can admit that, just for Seth's paranoia during a time period, right, where we were not talking. I also did this so that he couldn't use Cubic to get to me so that we could make a connection to talk. I didn't want anything to do with him. He's also attempted this multiple times and was even in my Twitch chat back in around August, September, which was 8-ish months post us not talking, where he said we were done for good, so I kind of decided, okay, this is my way out, I'm not speaking with him ever again. He also claims on stream that he didn't need any of us, but here he is begging for a thumbnail. It's almost like I did in fact help him with his channel and helped him carry it. Damn, what's that? Clyde actually has a bit of talent and actually worked his ass off for Seth? Wow, better be careful, Seth might get insecure. Cubic, by the way, I do want to emphasize this, is such a nice person, and I feel bad that I had to distance myself from him, because when you see tweets like these, you can understand why I'd want to stay the fuck away from Seth. Definitely not aimed at me, or Noodles, or Parrot, or any of these people who he hasn't talked to in voice chat for 12 months. For starters, his actual accolades, outside of being a voice in a video that he doesn't even edit, and usually has others scale and script for him, well, he doesn't really have much talent in that department either, unless it's on stuff that he knows well, like Naruto or Dragon Ball. His career's scary mystique has revolved a lot around his debate anyone persona, which that in itself is pretty cringe because his greatest wins are all against anime fans and anime YouTubers, and people who he has bullied into submission in his servers anyway, because if they talk him too hard, they're obviously going to be gotten rid of, so they can't really overstep that. Or he tries to keep ammunition on people to keep them in line. Like, he used to try to spread this that Taurus was a pedophile because of some stuff to do with him being a teacher and him, like, looking at young girls or something like that, which is ridiculous behavior. I'll give you some perspective. He was so nervous before debating King of Lightning because I suggested he should debate King of Lightning because I thought that he would be able to beat him, right? And I was like, that's good for your career. You should treat your career as kind of like an NBA sort of like perspective, where it's like, if you're famous for doing something all the time, which is beating everybody or, you know, beating people where like you can sort of like take their name value, because, you know, King of Lightning I don't believe is a good debater, but in his community he has name value. So if you beat him and it's on YouTube, the normie fans don't know the difference. And I'd always tell him this and try to be like, yo, you might think it's a waste of time, but these collaborations with Geekdom will help you, these collaborations with Swag are good for you. It's beneficiary in the long run because it makes you look good. And I was always telling him about that, and I helped him build that sort of persona from the start because he wouldn't have done it otherwise, because he didn't have the fucking common sense and knowledge to be like, yo, maybe I should kind of be like an MMA fighter or a boxer where like if I do get a notorious...
Hold on, I'm gonna be right back, guys. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Problem solved.
His name around me, I'm going to look unstoppable, and that's essentially what I helped him build. He once said to me in call, and I'm not even kidding here, he said, well, Clyde, I've done it. I'm the best debater, man. I'm pretty much ready to retire. And I was literally dumbfounded of the absolute lack of self-awareness that he had from drinking his own Kool-Aid. I pretty much...
They all sound like they come from the friggin' debate bro sphere that... Fuck, dude. I don't even know what to say about these people. They all sound like morons. They all sound like degenerates. Like, they're running around, like, debating about Naruto and anime, pretending like it really matters how powerful, like, Ichigo is versus fucking Naruto. Like, they're gonna get some enjoyability out of this. I'm just, this is the bare bones.
Laid it out.
Strip it away, and this whole thing is about friggin' a guy with a big ego. A guy with a big ego they don't like and they want to keep shitting on because he's got a big ego. That's what this is. That's really what this boils down to.
Out to him, I said, the people you've beaten are Discord debaters and anime fans. Like, you could go into a random university and debate one of the philosophy teachers and they would probably shit on you. Like, no crap. Like, I wouldn't even say anything like that about myself. Like, I'd like to think I'm a pretty competent individual based on the way I form my videos, talk on stream, etc. You guys know. Okay, now, I know for a fucking fact, in the politics server alone, there's probably 2,000 individuals that would make me look retarded in VC. You know why? Because I'm not fucking delusional. At the time, there was also talks of Seth debating people like Destiny and Jack Anstrike, or whatever the f his name is. You guys would know who I'm talking about. But his excuse was, oh, we couldn't find a topic, and he tried to reach out on an old account, and nothing happened. But I'm just gonna say right now, I'll f***ing debate Destiny. I'll show you guys how much of a pussy he is. Throw me on.
Yeah, dude, all losers, all of them. That's the takeaway. They're all losers. If they had common sense, none of this video wouldn't have been made.
Stream Destiny, I'll debate you on anything. We can talk about politics, sports, media, anything. I'll fucking debate you. There's my official challenge. Clyde fucking challenges Destiny to a debate. Even when he and I would debate on certain topics, I'd always refrain from being too dominant on certain topics because he just gets too fucking aggressive if he feels like he's losing, or like his quote-unquote "you're being a rat" behavior, which he did to Noodles when Noodles was beating him. And I'm sure he's got so many secret recordings of me, which he's going to probably release and be weird. But we've debated, for example, we once debated over the Kaha Nagashionn, which he wanted to upload and try to get brownie points of, hey, look, I beat the Bleach guy. Like, it was such a weird thing to do because I was his friend and he wanted to get that dub over me, which was honestly borderline casual fucking conversation, which he was wrong about. He took the stance of, well, if you throw the Kaha Nagashionn dice at someone, they get sealed regardless of where it is. And I said, no, because why did Grimjow put himself in danger to open Ukiyo's clothing to put it inside the hollow hole where the soul chain is located? That was my argument. And somehow I lost that, apparently, but there you go. In 2021, we debated on Francis Ngannou and if he could beat a strongman, which was just fucking ridiculous, and I dropped it, as I said before, and it was in front of Noodles, and he can attest that I was winning that. He would have been salty as fuck. I mean, me even saying this in a video was going to make him so angry, so whatever, I don't care, it's just the truth. It's actually weird too, because when I was training Muay Thai in 2019, he made this comment towards me, which is just fucking so weird. He said, oh, if you were to do MMA, you'd be one of those prelim guys that never makes it and gets knocked out, something to that effect. And I was like, that's not like a normal thing to say to a friend whatsoever. Like, or even in a joking way, that's such a disgusting thing to say. He sent me this BBC article about how people who follow celebrities, they have low IQ. I'm like, I ignore it, and I'm thinking like, yeah, haha, I get it, UFC reference because I like Conor McGregor. And then he links it to me a second time and brings it up in call, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, why are you shitting on a hobby that I like to follow, being the UFC? Like, apart from anime, I love the UFC. Like, I follow it religiously, and I'm getting shit on for having a hobby that, like, makes my life a little bit better to keep up with. It's like I said, he gets insecure when people around him are famous for knowing something well that he does not. If I said anything to that effect to him, he would have gone crazy at me. I was also told by more than one person that whenever Seth used to play chess with people, he actually got caught using a bot to cheat in chess. Yeah, that's not normal behavior. But the debate stuff aside, this is a big one that I think a lot of people are going to find very disgusting, especially the animation and art community. So in the description of almost every Seth video, and I think he's removed it from a lot of the recent videos, he has it written that he animated his own outro, which I know for a fact was done by Omar, the lead animator of Naruto vs. Ichigo, who Seth has not only abused in various calls that I was a part of, but made fun of for being mentally ill countless times. Seth has also, cringe alert, tweeted out images of him apparently doing paintings, which absolutely definitely were not done by Omar. No, not at all. Wasn't his art. Fucking weird shit. I also knew that with Naruto vs. Ichigo, I would receive absolutely zero credit for overlooking the Bleach portion of the animation, which the main animator said that if it were not for me, it wouldn't have been done. Almost every single time that project was mentioned, it was all about Seth. I did this, I animated that, it was my vision, I'm talented, I suck my own cock in the mirror, etc. Here's the thing, okay? Seth has held his hand over the stove for too long, but never been burnt. Even when accused of being an actual pedophile, with inarguable proof that I never seen until recently, he still has a platform, and people just forget because he bullshits his audience so hard. This is beyond just making anime videos or YouTube content. He's legitimately a weirdo behind the scenes. I guarantee if he can, after this video, murder me, that he would definitely try and do it. That's a joke, by the way, but he just kidding, joke. And you guys don't have a single clue what he's like behind the scenes. He thinks you're all idiots. You're all nothing but a source of income for him. Just look at his tweets or listen to him on stream. At least I'm honest when I rage. This dude just sounds like a fucking chameleon. So I'm going to keep it straightforward and honest. Our podcast was never going to happen because our actual dynamic wasn't as good as you guys probably thought it was. When we're on stream or in videos, I'd always have to conform my personality and act to be very in support of Seth or to carry it or to steer the ship in a sense. It was going to be dependent entirely on me transforming my tone to suit him as the main part of the conversation, and I couldn't see that dynamic working well.
Alright. I'm bumping this up. I want to be done. I wanted to get through this. I don't think we are. He sounds like he's repeating himself. I'm gonna put it on 1.75 and we're gonna see.
With guests, to be honest, it would have been weird. When we recorded our actual episode 1, we had to scrap it because the person who engineered the audio said it sounded like it was more of the Seth show than a duo podcast. And to add to that, Seth stopped halfway through the podcast and got angry because he heard Swag Kage tweeted about the same $18,000 deal that he got, which I set up for the both of them. Think about this. Seth was so angry because Swag got a deal that I didn't get a cut or credit for. If anyone should be bothered, wouldn't it be me for not getting credit? I'm financially in a worse situation. My channel's smaller. I'm getting shafted and doing the hard work, while Swag, also low-key from what I know from Seth talking to me, doesn't like me, which could also be a lie because I could see it being beneficial of him to distance me and Swag, because then I don't have Swag to back me up if I ever complain about Seth publicly. I still did this with Swag, even while being told by Seth on the download that Swag didn't want to do a three-way podcast with me being involved, because apparently my political views were too edgy, which I would never say anything outlandish to jeopardize Swag's career or say anything that would make him uncomfortable. Seth even tried to bait us into debating politics, and we almost agreed on most things anyway, and there was nothing like crazy that we spoke about. Like, I thought it was a good discussion, but like, if it made Swag dislike me, I feel bad, whatever. I have nothing but good things to say about Swag. Any talk I've said about Swag is just a product of trying to kiss Seth's ass to make him feel better. And it's a shame. It is a shame that it's had to go that way, but yeah, like I said, Swag's cool, but it is what it is. I should also add, there's probably recordings he has of me negatively speaking of Swag because of him being soft and distancing himself from me, but a lot of this, again, I did on purpose because I knew that he would try and distance us, and I knew that he would always be weird to me and cold. I'll tell you something more interesting. So I've faked a lot of my political views around Seth and debated him on some pretty spicy subjects. And the reason I did this is because no one knows this, except for my close friends and family, Your boy Clyde's actually Jewish, and I faked all my political views so that he'd try and have ammo on me. I actually, on purpose, got an Ancestry.com DNA test to show to ask yourself who was Jewish and some other people, because I was suspecting that it would get spread around to Seth. Now, whether or not he's seen it is irrelevant, but this is relevant to the fact that he used to say I was a silver-tongued talker who was really good at making money, and my only goal was money. Looks a little bit bad when you find out about that, doesn't it? Because I tried out of pure genuineness to be a good person to Seth. But there you go, just more and more stuff I set up because I knew that he would probably either record me, lie about me, or just in general be a rat towards me. So I thought I'd do it back to him and make sure I kept hold of all the screenshots throughout this video, which I've also got plenty more in a file, just in case he responds in a weird way. Swag Cargo, I'm gonna end this message for you. I know he helped you with debate stuff, and it probably seems smart to collab with Seth, but you're close to your own worst enemy and you don't even know it. He hates you for apparently having it easy and still has the recording of you conceding to him on a Naruto debate, which he has planned to put out if you ever shit-talk him. And Wag isn't the only one. Seth even had plans to expose James Hansen as a pedophile after the Tippo situation, and the only reason he is helping Six is to replace Webcam, Parrot, and no doubt me. I should also add, another reason he disliked Tippo so much was because Seth had told Tippo, back when they used to like pseudo-talk during him working for Seth for audio stuff, that he actually was mentally ill, which reaffirmed the claim that we had back then that he was, and that's why it was always a mental...
Alright, hold on. I'm gonna copy the video. I'm going to paste... I'm gonna skip ahead and see if there's anything about you.
Careful all the time with starting drama with him. This shit I have slaved away at since I hang out. If you don't, now I'm suspect of you. If one of your friends say something, I automatically equate that to being Clyde doing it all the time.
Alright, I don't think anything else is gonna get done. So, I think I'm gonna call it there. Clyde, this was a 3-hour video that has not been necessary. I'm so lost and so confused. The video was, it seems like the video was thrown together in like 4 days. Less than that, like 2, maybe 1. And honest to God, I hope that inevitably I hope this works out for you. I hope that you do good. But seriously, dude, you need some help. Alright? I don't know how you were good at editing and then couldn't edit this video into digestible chunks so that people could understand it. But yeah, so I'm gonna call it there. I hope y'all had a great time. I know I didn't, and I'll catch you all on Monday.